Thanks, Roger. Proposing to take just 2 more questions and then to wind up. One over here and then over there.
Hi, my name is Ahmed Masoud. I'm Palestinian from Gaza, and I have 2 questions for you, basically. The first one is how your book is received by Palestinians themselves in Palestine and Gaza, because being Palestinian, being from Gaza, my experience of walking is not really that great, and it's not something that I want to remember. I remember one story that at 4 in the morning I had to walk with my uncle from Khan Yunis to Rafah, and we were chased by some wild dogs, so we carried some stones and we chased them away. But then we saw an Israeli military jeep, and it was a choice between being attacked by the dogs or the Israeli jeep, so I don't want to remember that at all. So I'm wondering how the Palestinians felt about this in terms of reminding them of the illegal settlements and the floods of Oslo itself. The other question is about yourself and how much you consider this book as part of the literature of resistance movement, which I'm doing my PhD on at the moment. So,
it's difficult to say how it's received, but I can say that there were more sales for this book than anything else I wrote in Jerusalem and Ramallah and the West Bank. And certainly when the Orwell Prize, when the book won the Orwell Prize, there was great enthusiasm. And then the Palestinian Authority decided to make a ceremony to honor me. And it was quite impressive ceremony. I didn't know what to expect, really. But I had been working on writing, all kind of legal things and against settlements and the land law and all of that, and nobody really paid any attention. And then comes this book, which is about walks, which should be strange. And then the Prime Minister reads a lengthy speech in which he goes through all the various things that I did, and then also describes the book in very flattering terms, and I couldn't believe my ears, actually. So again, they all will make a big difference. It's going to be translated into Arabic, and we'll see that. Now, the question of literature of resistance, I don't know what to say. I don't know. In a way, it hasn't ever been an issue for me, because I write essentially for myself, first of all. And I'm a bit worried sometimes. Well, at least I wouldn't write as a propagandist or as, obviously it's part of resistance, but is it a literature of resistance? What is it exactly literature? I think literary standard can be influenced negatively if something is ostensibly, or you start off with the idea that I want to, write in order to, it wouldn't come out well. I think that anything that explains the lives of people and brings the plight of the Palestinians to a larger public is an act of resistance. But I don't think one should start with this in mind. So you have to decide whether it's
Right.
Yeah, hi, my name is Naomi, and I'm very much looking forward to reading the book. Sorry I haven't had a chance to do so before. Quick question to end with. I think something that's relevant to everything you've talked about Gaza and its future, and what Gail was saying about the possibility that it might end up being handed over to Egypt and the fate of the territories. What happens in America? And I want to give you the opportunity to expound about any views you may have on events leading up to the next American election and the choices that we have thereafter. Will it make any difference? Because it's just so vital.
It's unfortunate you asked me about political analysis and to predict, because every time I predicted, I got it wrong. So now I cannot but think that it's very gloomy and very bad, which I'm very happy about, because if the pattern continues and I'm wrong, then it's going to but I really cannot have high hopes on whoever wins. Obviously, Bush has been extremely bad, and good riddance to him. But I think the American system is so such it's not going to have much of a difference. I can say that I spoke about this somebody who really knows, who is Rashid Khalidi, who teaches at Columbia and who was in Chicago with Obama, and he knows Obama, and he says, Obama is okay, but not so strong and not powerful, and that the system will not allow him, even if he wanted to change. However, I think the entire, well, I don't think, I know that economics makes all the difference. I know that the settlement project is a very expensive project. There was once in Haaretz, they published how much was the cost in dollars of the settlement project, and how much the roads and how many the settlements on. I can't repeat the figures. They are even, I can't even read them, in the trillions. I mean, huge amounts of money were spent on these settlements. And more money would be, by the way, the war, which is doing so much destruction, has been stopped because of lack of more funds, which is fine, excellent. So if the American economy declines and there can't be any longer generous, then I'm sure we will see differences. Interestingly enough, the line, many people think that, there are points of positions and religion and so on, but human beings are very fickle. Once it becomes difficult and not very lucrative, many settlers, by the way, came into settling after they saw the compensation that was given to the people who were settling in Sinai and how generously they were compensated in Gaza and so on. So there is an economic factor to it. And once the economics will be such that you will not get money out of this, then many people say, well, why should I be in the West Bank and have any, no, I'm going to be somewhere else. Money makes a big difference. And I think if money stops coming to Israel to support it in its suicide of its own country, then we will see changes. But again, I don't want to predict the wrong machine.
Okay. Well, on that note, I'm going to draw this to a close, just to say thanks on all of our behalf to Roger. That's a fantastic evening. Let's give him a round.